I need to tell someone about this and I don't know where else to post. I'm not sure if I'm losing it, but something's seriously wrong with this bookstore I stumbled into last week. I've been back 3 times since, and I'm starting to think it's not just a store. Bear with me. This is going to sound unhinged. I was wandering downtown last Tuesday looking for a used bookstore to grab some cheap sci-fi. Google Maps was useless. It kept rerouting me in circles. That's when I saw it. The Curiosity Emporium. No sign, just an old wooden door under a rusted awning tucked between a vape shop and a laundromat. The name was carved into the wood, barely legible, like it had been there forever. I don't know why, but I felt drawn to it, like the door was waiting for me. Inside, it was unreal. The air smelled like old books and cedar, and the place was massive, way bigger than it should have been for the tiny storefront. Shelves stretched up to a ceiling I couldn't even see, packed with books that looked ancient but pristine. No generic fiction or history signs. Instead, the sections had weird names like Whispers of What Was or Tomorrows That Never Came. I swear one aisle was labeled Your Regrets. Creepy, right? There was no one at the counter, just a brass bell and a no ring if you dare. I didn't. I'm not that dumb. I wandered to a section called Unfinished Stories and picked up a book with no title. The cover was blank leather, but when I touched it, my name appeared in gold lettering. My full name. I dropped it like it burned me, but when I picked it up again, the cover was blank. I opened it and the first page had a sentence in my handwriting. You shouldn't have come here, Alex. I don't know how it knew my name. I hadn't told anyone. I put the book back and tried to leave, but the aisles, they moved. I'd walk toward the door, only to end up in another section. One time, I found myself in Forgotten Promises, and a book fell off the shelf. It was a diary dated 1997, written by someone claiming to be my mom. She died when I was a kid, and I've never seen her handwriting, but it described me, stuff no one could know, like the nightmares I had at 5 about a man with no face. I finally found the exit after what felt like hours, but my phone said only 10 minutes had passed. I went back the next day to prove to myself it was just a weird prank. The store was still there, but the door was locked. A guy passing by said, "Oh, that place? It's been abandoned since the 80s. I showed him the pics I took inside, and he bolted. My photos were just static, like TV snow. I went back again yesterday. The door was open, but the store was different. The sections had changed, paths you didn't take, and what watches you back. I found another book with my name, and this time it had a new chapter about me entering the store yesterday. It described what I was wearing, what I thought, even this post I'm writing now. The last line said, "You'll come back, oh Alex. You always do." I'm freaking out. I don't want to go back, but I can't stop thinking about it. Has anyone else been to the Curiosity Emporium? It's on 4th and Elm, but I'm starting to think it's not always there. If you find it, don't go in. And if you do, don't touch the books. I swore I wouldn't go back. You guys told me not to, and I tried to listen. But that key, the brass one with CE engraved on it, was burning a hole in my pocket. Literally. I woke up yesterday with a red welt on my thigh, like the key was angry. I know how insane that sounds, but I couldn't stop thinking about the Curiosity Emporium. It was like the store was calling me, so yeah, I went back. I'm typing this from a diner across the street because I'm too freaked out to go home. The door was unlocked this time, no resistance. Inside, the store was different again. The shelves were taller, leaning inward like they were watching me. The air felt heavy, like breathing through a wet cloth. The section names were worse. What You'll Never Undo and Faces You'll Forget. I didn't touch anything at first, just held the key so tight it cut my palm. Then I saw her. A woman, maybe 30, standing at the end of an aisle labeled, "Your Last Chance." She was pale, her eyes too big, like she hadn't slept in years. She was holding a book, my book, the one with my name on it. She smiled and said, "Alex, you're late." I bolted for the door, but it was gone. Just a blank wall where it used to be. I don't know how long I wandered. The aisles kept looping, and every book I passed had my name on it now. One fell open in my hands, and it was worse than before. It wasn't just my past. It described things that haven't happened yet. Me, standing in a dark room holding that key, a fire, Someone screaming my name. I slammed it shut and yelled for the woman, but she was gone. Instead, I found a staircase I hadn't seen before, leading down into darkness. The key was warm again, pulsing like a heartbeat. I didn't go down. I couldn't. I found the door after hours of wandering and it let me out. But here's the thing. My phone says I was in there for 2 minutes, and now the key won't leave my side. I tried throwing it in a dumpster, but it was back in my pocket an hour later. Has anyone else seen this woman? She knew my name, and I swear she wasn't normal. I'm not going back again. I can't.